So today we got a Widebody R32 GTR that's beautiful inside and out. So let's talk to the owner and find out more about it.
Hey, what's up? My name is Mark, and this is my 1991 R32 GTR, and you're watching East Coast Garage.
So dude, I love how clean it is, and you know, GTR, so it's got the RB26. What all do you have done here?
First of all, the car came stock. It was 100% stock when I got it in Japan, but there was a lot of issues with it. So I ended up spending years chasing all the little gremlins, and at some point I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna tear it out and do the whole thing.
And while you were in there, did you fix the oiling issues these are known for?
Yeah, so I upgraded to the Tomei oil pump. It pushes a lot of oil. And then I did the drain in the back reroute that goes back to the front. And then I changed the restrictor sizes in the galleys.
Yeah, because these were susceptible to oil pulling up in the back, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was one of the major issues, is that as you accelerated, all the oil just went right to the back of the engine, and then you would starve the front pistons. Doing the recirc gives it another route for the oil in the back to flow back to the front of the engine, and then having the stronger oil pump obviously gets the flow going and the pressure pushing through it.
Yeah.
So like right now, even at idle, I'm at 30 psi of oil pressure. So
nice.
It's not an RB28, it's not an RB30, it's still an RB26, but I did replace the pistons, the rods, the full valve train is done. Obviously it's single turbo, but yeah, I had to do all that stuff because I was tired of chasing every single thing. And then even after that, I still had 1,000 gremlins that I had to chase. Yeah. So it doesn't have a lot of the HKS or Greddy stuff inside because I built it when I was over here. D-Sport, which is funny, you think they're a magazine company, but they actually build RB26.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, they did that. So I have Eagle rods, small pistons, SuperTech valve train, all like lifters, valves, springs, everything is all redone. And it was all, machined and cleaned and everything. So, nice. And even the crank was polished and rebalanced and everything, so.
Turbo sounds good, man.
Yeah, it has all the fun sounds.
Yeah, all the right noises.
I spent a lot of time developing the sound profile on it, which is funny. Most people don't think about that.
Yeah.
But that was one of the big deals for me too. Not only being a show car, but also how it sounded too.
Absolutely.
So it has a HKS super silent cat back, but it's straight pipe all the way back from the turbo with a titanium mid pipe. Oh. So when you're cruising, it's quiet like this, but it also has a wastegate dump. So when I go,
oh yeah.
It does shit like that.
You've taken care of the little business too with the oil filter relocation kit, the catch can. You even have like a GTR cover here. It kind of ties everything else together. I love the color choice too. The way the colors complement each other is just very well done.
Well, it was blue before. I just got this done this year.
Nice.
Because it used to match the car. Everything was Miami blue. But then everyone's like, oh, you need contrast, you need contrast, you need contrast. So I did that. So actually this year, I did the powder coating on the valve cover. I did the turbo because it used to be just like raw silver. I did Cerakote for all the hot side and everything like that. I redid all that stuff this year. Before it was just blue and raw, silver, raw aluminum, raw steel,
What turbo do you have on this? So
I got sponsored by this company out of Canada called Spectrum Motorsports. And so it's one of their little custom built turbos that they have.
Okay.
And it's basically a 60 trim turbo is what it is.
Oh, okay. So. How much boost are you running on it?
This will run 22 pounds of boost.
All right.
Yeah. And that's what I'm running. It's like 1.1 bar is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what kind of power does it make at that?
On E85, which is what you're smelling right now, it makes 535. I kept it on the low end. It's more for drivability and survivability, like longevity. Because it is a show car, but I do like to drive it. I drive it to almost all my shows and all my events. But I wanted to have something more than the stock 290 horsepower. So.
Sure.
There you go.
Nice.
You got some fire.
Hell yeah. I really like how the headlights are smoked, and then you have the carbon fiber hood, the Miami blue, and then the carbon fiber wing in the back. And then you add white wheels to it, that just pushes all the buttons in my brain as far as just looking at it. It's just aesthetically pleasing,
right. When you walk by, you want to catch your eye. You want something that people see right away. And it was all Miami blue. Even the hood was Miami blue. It was a lot of blue. So obviously you need contrast. So the first contrast I did was the wing in the back. Then I did the carbon fiber hood on top of it. And then I had black wheels, but you know what they say about black wheels is, you know, they're hidden on camera. So people are always giving me crap about it. So I finally bit the bullet and went with white wheels, which look amazing, but they're a pain in the butt to keep clean.
And I love the offset on these wheels and the dish on it. I mean, a small animal could live inside of this wheel.
Parents with their newborn babies have actually put their babies in there and with their little swaddler sitting in there.
That's funny. Do some photo shoots, yeah.
Yeah, I actually had that happen at a car show like just recently. So,
no kidding.
Yeah, some guy came up with this brand new baby, probably a few weeks old, and was like, "Can I put my baby in there?" Yeah, just set it in there, and they took some pictures. So these are LMGT2s. So a lot of the purists would be really upset that I modified those wheels. But when I got those wheels, they were not $10,000, so they were a lot cheaper.
That's fair.
But I wanted to keep a JDM wheel on here, and I was looking at different, you know, work wheels and SSRs, and I was looking at them. I had to rebuild those anyways for the offset.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I might as well just go, you know, OEM, LMGT2 Nismo wheels. So I got those. And then come to find out I needed a negative 76 offset for the back. And those are actually reverse lips. So those are technically barrels on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the lips are technically on the inside. And they're only 11 inches wide. A lot of people always think they're, you know, like 13, 14, 15, but they're only 11 because I wanted to keep a reasonable tire. It only has a 295 30. So I didn't want to have to go out and get 345s or whatever I needed to get. So because I needed to have small enough offset that it would still have that lower profile. And try to find a 345 25 is like insane. So
yeah, and you don't need a wider tire than that with having a GTR because it's all-wheel drive. Another attention to detail thing that I really appreciate, the color of the calipers, because it isn't like a red, it's almost a maroon.
Yeah, so those are anodized. It's an anodized dark red. And I did those obviously before I did the valve cover. Okay. And I wanted something so you can actually, both my cars have big brake setups, and I love that. I hate seeing a nice wheel with OEM brakes and OEM inside. And you just see all that gap in that space. So that's one of the, like, I know it's an expensive mod and it's kind of one of those things that is not always necessary, but it's one of the first things I usually do after getting wheels and suspension. And so I always try to get a rotor that fills the wheel and then a caliper that pops that people see.
This isn't the factory color, is it?
No, not even close.
Not even close. Yeah, because I've never seen one this color, and it's cool because, you know, initially walking up to it, I assumed it was wrapped. Then to see everything else painted under the hood and the firewall is just, it's perfect.
A long time ago, I wrapped the FRS, and I always hated how the wrap looked. Obviously, it was a long time ago. People have gotten better at wrapping over the years, and wrap's gotten better. Right. But I never quite liked it. So the FRS is painted, and the GTR is painted. The FRS is painted on the outside, and it has a wrap livery over it, but the GTR has been completely painted. Funny enough, I actually painted it Miami blue on the outside first, and I left the engine bay completely stock. Okay. And then I painted the engine bay separately after I pulled the engine out, probably about 2 years later.
And it doesn't stop at the back as far as, you know, the aesthetics. The reason why I like this spoiler the most is because it's closer to the original GTR with an extra lip on it and carbon fiber. So you have the contrast here.
Right. But the funny thing is that Pan Am doesn't make a carbon fiber wing. They have the regular ABS wing, and I hated the way it looked. They're just black plastic, and if you paint it black, it's still just black painted plastic. So I actually took it to a shop in San Diego, and I wanted him just to do a layer on it, and he was like, "No, it's just easier for me to remake the whole thing." So he literally cast a mold of the other one and created that one. So that's not even layered carbon fiber. That's solid carbon fiber all the way through.
Nice. So. And I really like what you did to the interior. Are these the factory seats?
Well, they are the factory seats. So when I first got the car, obviously I had the factory seats in it, but they were, worn out from driving around for 30 years, had holes in them, had fade, everything like that. So I actually got one of my sponsors back in the day, gave me some seats, and they were race bucket seats. And I had those in here for probably 2 years or so, and I hated them with a passion, because I wanted to drive the car, and having the high bolsters and the straps and everything, I was like, I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this anymore. So I had the OEM seats sitting in my garage, just collecting dust. And a good friend of mine owns a fabrication, upholstery, everything shop in San Diego. And I took them to him, and he's like, oh yeah, I can fix these up just fine, So he reupholstered them all, put the Alcantara in the middle, the vinyl leather on the outside, put some more padding in it, like fixed all the padding and everything. Came out brand new. And these are like the best seats I've ever had in any of my cars.
They're awesome. I like the GTR embroidered in the seat and the headrest also. Yeah, that wasn't factory.
No, they didn't have those on there. And that was one of those things I took from, like the Brit seats and the Recaros. I kind of borrowed that idea and put it on there. So.
Yeah.
Make it look not, plus up the OEM a little bit.
Sure, yeah. Thanks for taking us on a ride and telling us more about the car, dude. This thing's super cool. Like I said, it stands out in a crowd, dude. I love what you did to it. It's different.
Right.
And super cool. Just well done car. So man, I appreciate it.
Of course, man. No problem.
Where can people find you on social media to see more of it?
All right. So mainly on Instagram, Solus86 on Instagram. I know on TikTok as well. I'm very active on Instagram. I'm trying to get more active on TikTok, but you can reach out to me there, definitely on Solus86.
Yeah, definitely go check him out. He puts out some awesome content on a daily, so definitely check him out. And thanks for checking out this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Shout out to Mark for letting us feature what I think is one of the cleanest R32s on the East Coast. And if you like Japanese classics, check out the videos where I feature an R31 Skyline and a Mark III Supra. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll see you next time.